Good evening. This is Ron, KD7QKU, for the amateur television net. Do we have anyone here tonight?
N7QO.
WW7ATS.
Well, we have N7QO and Jim, and then we have another Jim, W7VHN, and then we have Lee, N7KC. He's on Echolink, I guess it's you would say. Anyone else want to join us? Do you guys hear me okay? Jim, N7QO, do you hear me okay?
I do. You sound pretty good, and I see Gary checking in as well.
Okay, I guess I wasn't looking at the TV screen. Let me, I guess I could flip on my picture. I don't know if the streaming's working tonight. Okay, this is Ron, KD7QKU. Sounds like we have a couple of people out there. Let's see. Gary, are you there? K7HYB.
Kilowatt 7 Hotel Yankee Bubble.
Okay, good. Well, do you want to start it off, Lee?
Okay, real good. Well, this is N7KC. I'm Lee. I'm in Port Angeles, and I'm the lead-off batter here tonight. So anyway, I'm struggling with Echolink a little bit. I get sort of bits and pieces coming back, and there's a substantial delay from I'm hearing over Skype. I'm hearing the 08 machine over Skype that Ron has running in his shack, and so there's a couple of seconds to delay, and then sometimes it just kind of is quiet, and then something pops in, and I'm not really sure if I've got continuity in the conversation, to be honest. Okay, well, with that, I don't have anything else. Might later on in the net, if it goes for a while, if Ron will, maybe I can put up a picture or something, and we'll see, but I have to get set up here to do that. So anyway, back to net. This is N7KC, Port Angeles.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Lee. This is KD7QKU. Let's go over to Jim, N7QO.
N7QO. Thank you, Ron. Well, hi, Lee. Hi, Ron. Hi, Jim. Hi, Gary. Let's see. Merry Christmas, everyone. Kind of interesting couple of days here for me, and probably for all of you, weather-wise. I don't know what it was like down south, Jim, but I saw some weather move through Port Angeles, and I think it got most all of us. I kind of was stuck in my house for about 2 days. I live on a hill here, and we got, I don't know, I'm going to say it was between 4 inches and 5 inches of snow, but the problem is the hill was really slippery, and at the bottom of the hill were a couple of cars, maybe 3 cars, that went off the road and wound up in ditches, and one went through a neighbor's wooden fence at the bottom of the hill, and then there were maybe 10 vehicles or so parked at the bottom of the hill. They couldn't quite go up. So I guess they just parked their cars down there and walked to the house. Reset. And let's see, my neighbor across the street said that his ex-wife was coming up the hill to drop off their their daughter. Got about a quarter of the way up the hill and then slid backwards and smashed into one of the cars that was down at the bottom of the hill. So it was pretty ugly here at the house for a couple days. But right now the hill is perfect. I went up and down it today and there's no trouble. And right now I'm showing 35 degrees. We still have a fair amount of snow on the ground, but it's all melting. It has a ways to go, but that's what's going on at my house. Back to you, Ron, and 7QO.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Jim, and 7QO, KD7QKU. Well, Jim, do you live at the airport that's out by Lake Morton? Is that the airport you live at? It's near Lake Morton.
Yeah, it's probably closer to Lake Meridian, but that general area, yes.
Okay, well, we have friends that live in Lake Morton, and I know there's a little airfield right really close to it, I thought, but I didn't know. I just assumed that's where you live. Okay, let's go down to Rochester to another Jim, WB7BHN. Go ahead, Jim.
Yeah, this is WB7BHN. Well, we got off a lot easier than the other gym up there did. We maybe had an inch and a half, maybe a little more, but just it's about all gone now, and it wasn't too terribly slippery. But of course, we've only got flat ground around here, and all the roads are pretty well flat, so we didn't have to worry about going up and down any hills, and it wasn't bad at all. There's still a little skiff of it in the yard, but most of it's melted, and it suits me just fine. The wife and I got the Christmas tree undecorated out of the house, so the house looks normal, and things are in pretty good shape. So we're doing all right, I guess. Can't beat a deal like that. We'll turn it back to that, WB7BHN.
Okay, well, thank you, Jim, down in Rochester. Let's go over to Gary, K78YB. Go ahead.
KD7QKU in the group, K7HYB. And there's the white shot. Ooh, got too much light there. There we go. Anyway, good evening all. We didn't have a Christmas tree this year. We have a kitty cat here, and she climbs and tears into everything. So we decided that that wasn't the thing we were going to do, is get a Christmas tree. We had a group of friends over for Christmas morning, and had a little dinner, and opened a few presents, and chatted, and played some games, and so that was kind of the extent of our weekend. And yeah, we got snow too. I had close to 4 inches out here. We don't have a whole lot of that. We've still got quite a bit left, per se. It hasn't snowed anymore. Maybe a skiff last night a little bit. But by and large, it's been pretty good. And I shoveled the wide driveway and the walk and stuff like that. Of course, it opened that all up, and when it got a little warmer, it started to melt and dry out. So that's kind of how things went for me. And good evening all. Good to hear you, Jim and Lee. That's good. I think we finally got you in the conversation here with Echo Lake. I've got several other projects on the bench right now, and I'm kind of busy, so I really haven't put a whole lot of time into trying to hook that up. So, not that I really need it. I need to spend some time. Getting a stronger signal into the repeater. That's one of the issues that I've got to deal with here. So I'm down quite a bit. I'm probably down 1 P unit at least in comparison to what I usually am. So back to you, Ron. Let you have at it, and you can kick it around again. KD7QKU, K7HYB.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Derek. K7HYB, K7QKU. Well, maybe I'll take a little bit here. We're just about like everybody else. We didn't have as much snow as Jim did out at the airport, but we had 2 or 3 inches. And it started snowing when the Seahawks game was on. We had dinner here at the house on Christmas Eve, and I think we had 8 people for dinner. Son and daughter-in-law came. And so anyway, one lady, an older lady, like we are, decided she wanted to hurry home right after dinner. She lives on Queen Anne and doesn't like to drive in the snow, and we understood that. And then another fellow lives in Linwood, so he decided to head home not too long after she did. And I think they probably went home when it wasn't slicking. We have a little hill that goes into my house that goes down to the frontage road, and that can be slick. But it's a bus route, and they usually come out and do something to it. So I think probably after they went home, then they came out and did something to the hill, and then it was okay. So then on Christmas Day, we had brunch in Auburn, so we had to go to Auburn. So our neighborhood was slick. It was, I run the little, we have a Jeep Liberty. I stuck it 4-wheel drive until we got down to 405. Once we got on 405, it was 65 or 70 miles an hour all the way to Auburn. I probably made the quickest trip to Auburn that I've ever made from here. I think it only taken me 30 minutes. It usually takes me longer than that. But if you didn't go 65 or 70 miles an hour, people ran over you. And there wasn't that many cars on the road either, so it was a real nice trip. And they had about the same amount of snow as we did. I would say they had like 3 inches. But so I-90 and 405 and 167, everything, they were dry, just wet and dry. So it was just fine. So, all right, so let's go back up to the top of the list, and we'll find Lee up there, Port Angeles. As soon as the identifier gets off the screen, I think we'll be able to see him. Go ahead, Lee.
Okay, very good. J7JC, Port Angeles. Well, yep. Well, howdy to Gary and Rochester Jim and Jim over there at Covington. And I guess that's all I can think of in telling the next tonight. Well, we had quite a bit of snow. We had about 5 inches on. It started Christmas Eve in that afternoon about 2:30, and it snowed all night long. And by the time morning rolled around, we had an impressive. Oh, I you might set me up. We had an impressive amount of snow. Just for fun here, I'm going to see if I can show a photograph. Okay, here we go. Ron will have to tell me if this comes through. Did that come through, Ron? Oh, okay. All right. Well, yesterday I had to fix our microwave. It turns out that when we moved in this place, there was a nice Sharp, made by the company Sharp, Japanese, I guess. Nice microwave. And so we put it into service, and I mounted it up under the shelves. We put some shelves, up underneath them, so it's off of the countertop. And that first microwave ran really well. And then Paula put a couple of potatoes in there and thought she had it set for 2 minutes, and it was set for 2 hours. And those potatoes burned up, and they ran us out of this place. I mean, it stunk so bad, and I could not clean that machine. So what I did was I took it all apart. We got another identical one, and so I kept all the parts from the first one, and then after a while, the new one had an interlock column on a door, and it was a micro switch, and I think I've worked in electronics for 50 years today, and, that was the first micro switch I ever saw fail. So I sold from the parts I saved from the first microwave. And I wonder how you reset this if you're on echo link. Do you know, Ron? Repeat. I'm not hearing that. Well, anyway. Okay, well, so what I did was I replaced the micro switch, and then the darn thing started making a smell here a 3 days ago. And here's the temperature limit switch on the magnet.
Timeout. Okay, this is KD72KU. Lee timed it out on Echolink. We were trying to decide how to prevent that. I'm not sure how you prevent that. And I told him that his audio was a little bit low, so he was going to try to put his gain up a little bit higher. So let's see if he comes back on. Okay, thank you, Lee. This is KD72KU. He has a little difficulty, so I don't know, he might have to rehook up the Echolink. Let's go to Jim, N7QO.
Thank you, Ron, N7QO. Well, fortunately, I haven't had a whole lot of bad luck with microwaves. That's a good plan, storing the old parts there, Lee. That's something I don't always get to do. Sometimes I run out of room to set stuff around the house here. It's amazing how quickly things tend to accumulate. And I try, as I'm getting older, try to keep as many things on hand. I actually now have a switch for the light, so it's not like we really need the light in the refrigerator, but every now and then it would be good to see what's in there. But good luck with that. We didn't quite get the story. We probably will. You sort of left when you said something about the overheat sensor. It sounds like you got the door interlock switch replaced okay, but we lost track of where you were starting to talk about the overheat sensor. Yeah, I still have one microwave that just has a knob that you rotate. Let's reset. And this is pretty cool. You just turn it for however many minutes you want. The thing turns and it goes ding and your food is done. It might be cool if it turns the plate around, but it doesn't do that. So I'll just rotate it 90 degrees halfway through. When did I buy that? Well, that thing is like more than 20 years old now. Anyway, works pretty well. Let's see, 4 to 5 inches of snow, 5 inches of snow or so in Port Angeles. Wow. Jim, sounds like you've got a nicer area down there. But it helps to be a little bit flat. I wouldn't have any trouble driving around here in this area, except for the fact that I live up on a hill, and the only problem is just going up and down the hill. But they say this is the first time in, I think they said it was about 9 years since we had a white Christmas. We certainly don't get a whole lot of snow around here. Not every year, not every other year. Not enough to worry about too much, but certainly helps to have some food on hand around the house. So my wife and I had our special chef prepare food for us, Reset. It was Chef Boyardee, so that was our Christmas dinner. But c'est la vie. Back to you, Ron, and 7QO.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Jim. Chef Boyardee. Yep, I used to remember him. Some of that stuff was pretty good. All right, well, let's go down to Rochester, down there to the other Jim, WB7BHN. Go ahead.
This WB7BHN. Well, we didn't do too much for Christmas dinner either. We went out to the casino out there and had the buffet, so we didn't have to cook and didn't have to do dishes. No, we didn't have much company this year. My daughter and son-in-law that live right next door to us were over, but there was just the four of us, and my wife and my daughter decided they didn't want to cook, and even more than that, they didn't want to do any dishes, so we went out to the buffet and had dinner out there, which was quite nice, I guess. It beat the heck out of turkey or something like that. They had prime rib and that's a wonderful salmon out there that they cooked over their wood fire that was really, really good. So I enjoyed that very much. And with that, we'll turn it back to that WB7BHN.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Jim. Yeah, you're probably pretty close to the casino there. All right, well, let's go find Gary. K7, I always want to call him W, but it's K7HYB, so go ahead, Gary.
Connected N7KC.
Sound like Lee got hooked back up again. Yeah, that is kind of that would be kind of annoying if you kept time out. I got another camera here that this is my laptop, my Surface 3 that I've got sitting on my workbench, and I've got the camera activated on that, and I'm feeding the video to my transmitter through my video switch. So, going to see on the streaming what the... Oh, not bad. I'm losing the key, though. I lost the key. Well, let me tune up the video. Well, I guess that isn't going to work. I guess that isn't going to work. It's not keying the transmitter. Unless you want me to turn it on hard. There we go. Did you want me to turn the transmitter on hard, Ron?
It doesn't matter to me. Your picture is actually pretty good tonight. The identifying page there, W7ATS, keeps coming on, but when your picture's on, it's good.
Well, yeah. Well, the problem is apparently with this particular setup here, I can't monitor. I can't look at the real side of the. I can't look at the live side coming out of the repeater. So I don't know if I'm holding it or not, and it doesn't look like I am. So I'll have to switch to another camera here. Let me go there. Now we'll see what happens. Anyway, this is the mud cam. And I'll switch over to the, let me get rid of this here. And yeah, I can see I'm returning. I guess I could turn the repeater on hard if I wanted to, but I really don't need to. Anyway, sounds like you got hooked back up again. And yeah, we had ham and baked potatoes and had a nice visit. My son and his wife and our 2 grandchildren were in Wenatchee, so we're getting together with them on Saturday, and we're going to spend the day with them, go down to the Saddle Center and see Star Wars, and going to have a brush here and then go downtown to the Saddle Center. So that's how we're planning on connecting up with them. So, and Jim, I wonder how you're working out with your, you might fill us in on how you're coming out with your router situation down there, and if you're going to be able to, see the live side on the repeater. I assume you're looking at the streaming right now. Anyway, back to you there, Ron. KD72KU, K7HYB.
Okay. Thank you very much, Gary. K7HYB, KD72KU. Well, let's see. Let me think of something to say. The neighbor across the street started to, was going to roof his house. He had this old Honda sitting in his driveway. The little blue Honda has been there for 5 years at least, or longer. Doesn't run. And they parked a car in front of it. They have about 5 cars. There's another dead Honda in the front yard. And they have three cars that work. And he came over and said that he had to get it out of the driveway because the roofing company wanted to put one of those big dumpsters in his driveway. So he said the tires were flat. He wanted to know if I could fire my air compressor. And I could. He had a tank, and so then he went over and he aired up the tires and taken the junk out. And then he said he might have to have me pull it out of the driveway so that the junk company that was coming to get it and haul it away, he wasn't sure they would get there before the roofer did with their dumpster. Well, as it turned out, they did, and everything was fine. So I got a chain and got a piece of carpet, put it in the back of my pickup because I thought I was going to have to go over and lay down in the snow and hook up a chain to it and drag it out of the driveway. But it was all taken care of. They were late getting here. He said, we'll wait till 4 o'clock. If they haven't come by 4 o'clock, well, I'll have you maybe help me pull it out. And I said, sure. So they did. They got it. So today they started tearing off the roof. There was snow on his roof when they started tearing it off. Man, it was cold outside. I kind of felt sorry for those guys out there working. I guess I'm just getting to be a big sissy, but it was like 35 degrees here all day. And it was a cold 35 because there's snow on the ground. The road's bare, and there's snow on my driveway. But, it was a lot of humidity or something in the air. I don't know that there was much wind, but if there'd been a little bit of wind, it would have really been miserable. So anyway. All right. Well, Lee, are you ready? We'll try it again. Wind 7KC, go ahead.
Okay. This is N7KC in Port Angeles. I'm still learning the ropes here on this Echolink thing. And it turns out you have to, on my phone at least, you have to put your finger on the bar and kind of hold it for a second. Can't just tap it. Anyway, I was telling a story there. Well, first off, it's a little, I was wondering how you reset the timer if you're on Echolink, and by golly, I don't know how. Anyway, there's a picture of a burning house here that may come up in a minute. I don't know if Ron sees it or not. Okay, it should be up here. Oh, it hadn't showed up on the stream yet. Okay, well anyway,
if it's live. Turns out this was a controlled burn, so to speak. The fire departments here in Port Angeles and then this part of Clallam County got together and they were going to, this house was going to be demolished, so they made arrangements just to burn it down. And what you don't see in the picture are all of the fire trucks. There must have been 24 of them off to the side there, and they're all, studying this sort of thing and whatnot. So that was kind of impressive. And the other thing I was going to show you was, here's the snow we had Christmas morning. You can see the depth here on the chair. And here it is on these lights out in the yard. Anyway, it just snowed all night. It was a great snow for making snowmen. It was wet, and it would have been a wonderful snowman exercise. But this is the limit, or the temperature protection switch on the magnetron. We started smelling something in the house when we were using the microwave. And when I got into it yesterday, here's what is going on. There's obviously a high resistance connection here between this, those are these push-on terminals, so you can see it here. And there didn't appear, the switch was destroyed due to the heat, but it wasn't a matter of the magnetron overheating and causing this, because it's fine. So it's just a bad connection in there, and the resistance went up, got hot, and melted that plastic, and it slipped. This part here should be up into here. So it slid right down like that and really stunk the house up. Well, I think I better quit while getting's good here. So I'm going to send it back to Net. This is 7KC in Port Angeles, and I go to tap and it should.
Okay, N7KC. Yeah, when you stopped talking, I heard the repeater beep. So I think you were okay. All right, let's see, where are we at here? So I guess we're Jim, N7QO. Go ahead.
Thank you, Ron, N7QO. Well, it's good that you found that, Lee. Sorry for it stinking up the house, but every now and then stuff like that happens, I suppose. Let's see, Gary, you were asking about what's going on here. I'm afraid it's going to be a number of months before I am able to get a 1.2 antenna put back up so that I can see the repeater. I need to design a different mounting bracket and then go and have it custom welded and then do whatever I need to do to it, paint it, etc., and then go ahead and put it up. So I'm not going to be able to do that for a while. That's kind of why I got this router. And I'm having some trouble with it communicating with the netbook computer, which I want to use. I haven't had a whole lot of time to fuss with it since our last net. The past week has been kind of busy here. Things have been rather hectic, unusually hectic around the holidays. But I'm working on that. If I can just get so that I can reset. If I could just get so that I can get a Wi-Fi signal out to the ham shack, that would work. My original plan was to run a cable out there, but I'm having some second thoughts about doing that now. In part, I don't want to just leave it lying out. I'd like to bury it, and it's just something I'm not quite up to doing right now. So, anyway, that's what's going on with me. I'm still trying to get this router to communicate with the computer that I want, and then get it, then see if it has the range to get to where I need, so that I could have my transmitter facility and my receive facility in the same place. So right now, reset. Right now I'm opting to be able to see pictures. Thank you, Gary, and thank you, Ron. But I'm not able to send pictures from here. Maybe I should investigate the possibility of doing that. I hadn't considered that previously, but that's a good thought. Back to you, Ron, and 7QO.
Okay, Jim, N7QO, KD7QKU here. Maybe I should ask, is there anyone else that wants to join us this evening? Well, it's kind of quiet, I guess not. I was hoping that the other James would show up here one of these times, WW7N, but I think he's working. Maybe this summer, maybe he'll change his schedule and be with us. All right, let's go down to Rochester again and see what's going on down there. WB7BHN, KD7QKU.
WB7BHN. Well, I really can't publish some of this. It's gotten quite dark outside, so I don't know what's going on up here, but I guess that's all right. I won't really go through. Certainly up there and buffering a lot tonight, so I'm getting almost full scan type pictures of the stock ready to click moving and it buffers a little bit, then I get some more motion out of it. So if the internet's a little bit busy tonight for some reason, but I'm hoping that Verizon will do something about that. Have more people on their internet system down here than they can handle well, and it's slowed down considerably from when I had it first started. But it's better than nothing. I guess it'll have to do for a while. And I haven't done much with my amateur TV. I've been going to set that thing to give me the bandwidth and certain things and images, but I haven't got enough ambition to get around to doing all that. And weather's been a little cold besides, so I would take very ambitious this time of the year. The good news is, what this is going to see. The good news is it'll be after the first of the year next week, and we'll be headed towards spring. I can look forward to the weather getting warmer and a little nicer. Then with that, we'll turn it back to net. WW7BHN.
Okay, Jim, thank you very much, WB7BHN. Your audio that time wasn't quite as good as it had been previously. I don't know. It's just strange how conditions change, but it sounds like you're looking forward to the warmer, or the weather changing too. I think we all are. Used to be in the, well, it's not my turn. Yeah. I'll send it over to Gary, K7, excuse me, Gary, K7HYB,
K7QKU, K7HYB. Yeah. Hey, Rochester, Jim, just as curiosity, how's your kidney stones doing?
Well, the last couple of days have been pretty good until tonight when I got in the net, and it's bothered me quite a bit, but I suppose I'll survive it. And by the time we get off net, it'll probably quit hurting and it won't bother me anymore. But that's the way it goes. WB7BHN.
Yeah. I carried one around for about 3 years before they finally did a lithotripsy on me and took it out. But it didn't bother me. It was just in the kidney, and they thought it would pass, and it never did. So finally, I got a urologist and said, "What's that thing still doing in there? Because we're going to get that thing out of there." So anyway, that's what happened. Let me get the broad shot here. And sometimes sometimes you can see my caller license plate over my left shoulder here on my left. And of course, Jean-Luc is standing guard over there in the corner. I don't know if you can see that or not. The picture quality probably isn't quite good enough. Well, yeah, you can see a shadow, but that's about it. And every once in a while I'll get a comment from Walter. I forget his call sign right at the moment. But I talked to him on this repeater, and I got a comment on him. He sometimes watches the net on the streaming, and he's a bit of a Star Trek nut himself. So he likes to see Jean-Luc standing guard over there in the he's in the right-hand corner of the picture. As you're looking at it, of course, is on my left. So anyway, yeah, I was just curious how Jim was doing on his kidney stone. They drop it here. Anyway, yeah, Lee, you should get your streaming going again. We haven't heard anything. We haven't heard anything of Bob. KNMPQ. I wonder what he's been up to. That's too bad. Apparently he's very busy. And I've been meaning to buy a streamer so I could get a better quality picture directly into the repeater. All we have to do is select that channel from on our control circuitry. And I got some other news that I'll share with you at our next meeting. That we'll talk about a couple of things, and I'll share that information with you at our next meeting, if we're going to have one. I don't know. So I'm going to switch it back over to Ron and let somebody else have it. Lee, consider getting your streaming back up again, K7HYB.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Gary. K7HYB, 87 continue. I was starting to talk about something a minute ago, and now I forgot what I was going to talk about. I was all fired up. So that, I guess, is not important. Well, I don't know if we want to start our 73 round or if we want to keep going. I've just about run out of things to say. So we'll go back up to the top here to Lee and see what he has. Maybe he has some more pictures for us. Go ahead, M7KC.
Okay, very good. Well, this is N7KC again in Port Angeles, and I do have just a few more. Okay, I haven't seen my picture come up on the stream yet, but it's, my gosh, it's 20 seconds slow, something like that. But anyway, so I finished up. This is a 3-inch corrugated gutter drain and inch and a half utility conduit that I put in, and here's a 1/2-inch copper pipe ground that I ran in. So anyway, the deal here was that I'm connecting up. I'm replacing some of this drain line here because roots got in it, totally plugged it over about 50 feet. And so here you get an idea. This is coming from the southwest corner of the house way over here, and then this would be the northwest corner, and then they Y together and so forth, and then they come down and go out to the street out here, and then this one here runs up to the house in another direction over here. So I had to replace about 50 feet of this stuff. Oh, I was going to, if Jim's watching, here's his place down here. I don't know whether he sees that or not. And then I did a moss job on the roof, and I mechanically took it off. It looked like I did a pretty good job from here, and so forth. But listen, I don't want to go too crazy on this. So what I'd better do is to knock it off here and send it back to net. And if this is my last trip around, I'll say 73, you guys. It's good to hear you tonight. And Gary, about the streaming here, you know, the account was lost for me, so that all has to be set up again, and I'm not in a position to do it. So anyway, here we go. This is N7KC in Port Angeles, and I'm going to sign off of the WatchNet.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Lee, N7KC up in Port Angeles on the Skype, KD72KU here. Let's go to Jim, N7QO.
N7QO, thank you, Ron. Well, thanks for that, Lee. Good to see the pictures there. Let's see here. Gary, thanks for reminding us about the kidney stones, Jim. Wow. Hang in there. Glad you're doing okay, though, Jim. Also, Jim, you mentioned buffet. Yeah, that's a great idea. I don't know so much about my wife, but I like buffets myself. I can always find something that I like, and I don't have to take what I don't like. And there are a whole lot of places I go where it's what they call a set menu, and everything comes with it, whether you want it or not. I've gone places, no, I do not want the miso soup. Could you please give me 2 salads instead? Then I get no substitutions. So I'm certainly a buffet aficionado. Lee, I kind of missed, though, if that was well, you're gone anyway. Maybe next time, next net, tell us, is that a septic system or a sewer that you're connected to? Or maybe one of you other folks caught that. I was just curious about that, if Port Angeles has its own sewer system. Back to you, Ron, and 7QO.
Okay, Jim, N7QO. That was a drainage system, I think, for his downspouts from his roof. The water from his gutters and downspouts drain into it, and I don't know where it goes, for sure. I think it just runs out maybe in the ditch beside the road. Okay, he says it goes out into the street and then it gets down into the storm sewer eventually. So, all right, so let's see who's next. Jim down in Rochester, WB7BHN. Go ahead.
It's WB7BHN. I'll give everybody an update on my kidney stones there. I actually have 4 of them, and 3 of them up in my kidney bed, and they're all too big to pass down through, and the one that's been trying to pass, but it's not, I'm not having much luck with it. It's moved a little bit, but it hasn't got far. And urologists are going to go up there with a laser and bust them all up, and so they're small.
like you've got one that's bothering you, the rest of them you'll have to wait to get them taken care of, probably you said January or February or something. All right, let's go over to Gary, K7HYB.
QKU K7HYB. Let me get settled here. I kept banging my knee against something underneath the bench here, and I decided after a couple of weeks of putting up with that, I wasn't going to do it anymore. I decided to move it. So, God, I'm always getting that light in the way. Anyway, so I'm just kind of chugging along here. I got working my small home business here from time to time. As people call me up, I take jobs and try to get them done in a timely manner. I don't make a whole lot of money at it, but it keeps me busy, and I enjoy doing some of this stuff. Keeps me out of trouble, I think, anyway. Oh, the monitor's not looking bad tonight. I wish the picture quality was good too. One of these days, I'm going to get some color out there, either up my power or get a better antenna. Of course, I don't know what I'm going to do for a better antenna unless I get it up in the air a little higher. Right now, it's just sitting on the ground out here. It needs to be up on its own mast, but this is not the weather to be doing that, and I'm not in a physical condition where I can manage that kind of stuff. So, at least not now. Maybe eventually, sometime this spring, I'm hoping to get my back operated on to get rid of my spinal stenosis, get my legs back operated again so I can dance. That's one of the things I want to do. And I think I will put my curve on it at this point in time. Yeah, Lee, I understand it's kind of like going Echolink video-wise. Get it all set up and stuff like that. So I've thought about doing that. I might try it here one of these days when I get a little time to work on it. So 73s, everybody. Have a good one, and we'll see you I won't see you Saturday. Will not be on Saturday. We're going to be downtown. KD7QKU, K7HYB.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Gary. K7HYB, KD7QKU. I don't know if we'll be on. I'll be on Saturday night or not. I guess that's New Year's Eve, right? Yeah. No, Saturday's not New Year's Eve, I guess. It's Sunday that's New Year's. Yeah, Sunday's New Year's Eve. All right, well, 73, everybody, thank you very much for joining us. It was nice to have, what do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. Myself made 5, so it was nice to have you guys. Nice to hear from you. Glad everything's going pretty good, and we'll see you, I guess, maybe Saturday. All right, good night. This is KD7QKU for the Amateur Television Society, and we'll say signing off now and returning the repeater back to its normal operation. So good night, KD7QKU.
N7KC disconnected.
Television guys.